I don't know if this is streaming or not yet, but here I am. Let's see what we got here. Oops. Yeah, that was an hour ago. Oh, maybe I am live now. Okay, it looks like I am live. Hi, everybody. Let's see, what channel is this on? Is this Scott Parker's Tech Tips? Fantastic. Test that chat. That's working. I don't know if Stage Seminars is working though. Restream. This says it is. It says there's someone watching, but that might just be me. Ah, there's the live dashboard. We don't need that anymore. Oh, it says here that Stage Seminars is streaming live. Stage. Oh, look at that. That's working too. Fantastic. Well, basically what I'm doing is I'm testing out my live streams because I plan on doing some live streaming. And I have a task to do, so I'm going to record my task as a tutorial on how to use OBS and something called Touch Portal. Touch Portal is a program that allows me to use my iPad as a remote. And so I've got a camera here pointing straight down. Actually, on my screen, it looks like I have 3 cameras pointing straight down, practically. And here in OBS, it gives me a lot of choices on how to control the feed. So I'm going to add a few items to OBS so that you can see what I'm doing. And I can be talking to you while I'm doing this. And then later on, I will edit this together to be a how-to video. So if you're popping in at all, please go ahead and say hello so that I can see how well this thing works. I suppose I should try setting it up to stream to Facebook as well. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, I'm authorizing it in Restream. I'm using something called Restream, which allows you to send the files the stream out from the computer to a centralized server called Restream, and they feed it out to your various channels. All right, I'm hooking up Restream to Facebook to see if that's going to work. It says it's sending data, and it also says it's online. Let me connect another window to Facebook and take a look and see if it notifies anybody, including me, that I'm live. It is doing that. Well, look at that. So I don't know if I will see comments made on Facebook. Test from Facebook comments. See that come in. Oh, look at that. It does. It pops in. That's very cool. Okay, so this is an experiment. So we'll see if other people join. If you're here, great. If not, that's okay, because I'm just going to do my thing. And here we go. So I'm using this thing called a touch portal on an old iPad in order to control some automation on OBS. OBS and touch portal plus streaming test. I'm changing the title of the stream. I wonder if that will feed throughout to my various different live things. There's a significant delay of probably about between 20 and 50 seconds by the time I talk and it's seen on the internet. Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, back to my project. So Touch Portal is a program that allows me to make changes. Hello, cat. As a remote control, as a touch surface. And OBS, let's do a new thing here. Change this wide shot. Now I want this one. She'll get the message. this window a little bit smaller in OBS. I'm not even sure what you're seeing at the moment. I'm about to show you the rest of my screen. Oh, that's my head really big. Here we go. That's what I want. I'll do all inputs. Copy this one. Copy. And paste. Change size. Move it over here. I'm going to add a screen share so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Window capture. OBS window. OBS window. Let's see. I don't want Firefox. I don't want any of those. Let's do. I guess I'll do a display capture. I already have one. So let's go find it and we'll copy it. There it is. Copy. Paste. Turn it on. There we go. Okay. So what we see here is my entire screen. And let's focus it on OBS. That's right here. Hopefully not lose it. I'm going to focus in on just that. There we go. Now we'll make it bigger. Now I want this to be in front. Move that up in my pecking order, and there it is. And we'll move this guy down. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's see if I can hide myself. You can't see that stuff, though. All right, I think that'll do for now. Okay, like I said, if you're visiting, put your name in the chat so I can see you. Okay, so Touch Portal has all these buttons that allow me to do different things. Now I can press this button here, and it takes me to this screen, which helps me switch between different screens presets, which are located here. You see that arrow? I don't think you see that arrow. Do you see this arrow? That's interesting. There must be a setting to allow me to capture the arrow. Oh no, you do see the arrow. Like I said, there's a delay, so I don't see immediately what you're seeing. I have Facebook and YouTube open over here so that I can see what is being broadcast out. Let's see. Oh, I see April. Hi, April. There we go. I figured out the commercial page versus the other page stuff. I just have to transfer files over from one account to another. Okay, so back to my explanation to what I'm doing. Yep, that's me. Oh, that's interesting. Somebody just sent me a DM on this on the feed, and it shows me in the Restream chat that somebody's done that, so I could go look at it in Facebook and take a look. That's pretty cool. Okay, back to what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm just doing this. People can watch along and see if they're interested. This is Touch Portal on an old iPad. I have Touch Portal running here on my computer screen. So make that bigger to see that. Okay, so in Touch Portal, they've got this screen, and I can touch different buttons that will do something to my screen up here and make changes. The only thing is that this is for an old project, so these buttons aren't any good anymore. So what I'm going to do here is in this app, let me do a new look. In OBS, I can create new looks. Let's duplicate this one. We'll do Touch Portal screen. this one, we can get rid of this. Keep that one on, and we'll add a new camera. Oh, actually, let me turn that on while I'm doing this. So I'm down here adding a new camera, a new source, and this is going to be a new window capture. Touch Portal program. And there's the touch portal. So that is the screen. It's capturing it from my screen. So now we can see it up close. So what I can do is, if you see, I can press on the buttons here, but I can also move my mouse over the touch portal itself and do this. But now we have a close-up of it. So on this program, I'm going to create a new page. Actually, I'm going to go and I'm going to copy. Let's go down to my OBS. That's Camtasia. OBS multicam. Let's see if I want to use that one or this one as my starter. I'll use this one. I'm going to manage it. Export it as OBS for drawing. Okay, it was exported into this one, into this folder. I'm going to import the page to make a copy of it. So now I have another OBS page. So I have import OBS for drawing. I'm doing this because I'm doing some drawing videos. And now I can use this as a guide, as a template. Let's make it a little bit bigger so I can see it more easily. So what this does is that it creates hotkeys to quickly do something to the program. So if I press these, it's supposed to do something. Okay. In reality, it's if I press something here on these buttons, it's supposed to do something. So we'll take a look at my fingers here, and I'm going to go back to home. Oh, I need to make a button here. Let's go back to home on this one. Nope, that's not what I want. Cancel. I have to go to the home page, to the main page, and I have to go to OBS. It's going to take me to the wrong page, so I actually have to make one. So I'm going to copy this button, and I'll paste it here. And then this button I'm going to edit, and instead is going to be going to, do we see it here? It doesn't grab that window. That's interesting. Okay, I have to create a new thing. Oh, here we go. You can just see it just over my shoulder. Right there. I'm going to change this to go to, instead of OBS free, it's going to go to OBS for drawing. And I'm going to change that to here, drawing. Okay, and then I click OK. And now I have a new button here, OBS drawing. And over here on this touch screen, it's giving me the little house, but it hasn't given me the button yet. So if I just hit refresh, there it is. So now it takes me to this page here. You'll see that I have these recording things here. I have software training, I have OBS, I have Camtasia, Blender, OBS Multicam, Premiere Pro, and I'm not sure what else I have. Anyhow, so OBS for drawing. Now these guys, I need to change the hotkeys. So here I have intro note 4 logo. I'm going to change that to all imports. So if I click here on this button and I click there, it changes it to a different input. In the old one, this button here, it says OBS scene selection me with logo video. I want to change that to all imports. Okay, there we go. I save it. And I need to change the words. All right, I was going to create a window for this. Let's do a new window capture. PS. Recall this thing here. Edit touch button. Okay, edit touch button. Window. Touch object intro. Is that the right one? Yes, it is the right one. Okay, so hopefully that'll disappear when I close the window, and hopefully it'll come back when I open the window again. So I've changed that to all imports right there. And I need to change all inputs. Also, if I could spell. I click save. So now it's got a slight glare on this, but you'll see that it changed here also. Okay. And to get back to this one, Touch Portal, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 scenes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to move this one down here. These guys up there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, these slideshows, these are actually macros. So I'm going to right click on this one. I'm going to copy the button. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to paste it here. And then I'm going to edit it to be Touch Portal Screen, which is the screen I'm using right now. Touch Portal Screen. And then I'd make the change here. Did this show up? Did it automatically refresh? It did not. That's too bad. All right, I'll poke it right there so you can see it. So I changed Touch Portal Screen, and then I'm going to change this to Touch Portal Screen right there. And then click on Save. Okay, so what's going to happen now is check this out. I'm going to press press refresh. Touch portal screen is here, and all inputs is here. So I press that, and it goes back. And look, there it is. I touch here, touch portal screen, and it switches back to the other one. So it's very quick switching between my different looks. And I'm going to create one of these for each one of these inputs so that I can quickly go through these inputs. So the next one is me with down camera Panasonic. I have a couple of cameras here. Let me show you what I have. This is I think I have a picture downloaded. Let's grab it and see if I can drag it into my window. Yep, here we go. All right, so that's there, but I need to switch. To move this out of the way. I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute. Move that up. It's not really the way I should be doing this. And let's see, do you see it? Yes, here we go. So the camera that's pointing at my face is this white one, the one with the white square around it, and the red circle. And it's an FHD camera. I did a review video on it. It's pointing at my face. It's only, it's literally this far away. It's not very far away at all from my face. The screen is way further away. And it's mounted on a microphone stand with this bracket. It's actually mounted upside down. And I'm using OBS to flip the picture right side up. This camera here is a GoPro type camera that's pointing down at my table. And this camera here is a Panasonic HD video camera that I bought when one of my kids was born. And it's mounted, all three are mounted on the same pipe. And the two are obviously pointed down. So this one here, this white one, is this one that's looking at my face. Okay, you can see in my glasses, there's a little square of light. I'm not through with that, but I haven't taped over it yet. And then this one here is the Panasonic one, which can get close up, and I can use it with the zoomer to zoom in and out. And then this wide shot is from the GoPro type camera, which is this one right here, mounted right there. So that's the wide shot, and I can do this with different combinations of the cameras. So there you go. That's this contraption that I have set up on this stand. So this is a bracket that is clamped to the music. Its microphone stand is clamped to the arm. This is using another bracket that's clamped to the arm. And then this is mounted on a tripod thread thing that is at the end of the microphone. Hi, Doug. I just saw you popped in. Hey, Tobin. Tobin, yeah, maybe put my head on the lower right. That's probably a good idea. Let me see which way my head's going. If I look that way, yes, you're right. You know what I can also do? I can also do this. I can transform, and let's see, is it this one? There we go. If I look this way, does that work, Tobin? Let me know. I'll leave it this way for a little bit. Thing is, my finger's now pointing the other direction. That's how I sort of figure it out, because on the other cameras, this camera here, it's pointing to my right. And if I flip my face that way, it's pointing to my right, but in my reflection, it's looking like it's pointing the wrong way. That's why I didn't do that. So let me transform that back. I'll move my head over here. Oh, I see. Yeah, if I look that way, I am looking that way. Okay, back to the mission at hand. I'm messing myself up. I'm going back for this now. Tobin, I'll fix it later. Okay, what was I doing? I am closing this. I don't need that anymore. All right, okay, so let's go back to the right screen. There we go. Oh, now I know why that's there. All right, because we want to see the touch portal window. I thought I had a touch portal window, though. I do have a touch portal window. There it is. Oh, it's simply blocking it. This is why we have tech rehearsals, and we spend a long time during Tech Week getting it all set up properly. Okay, where was I? All inputs. Right, so me with the down camera, Panasonic, I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to edit this one. Where you can see it. There we go. Paste the words here. Okay. So some of this is basically going to be the same thing. Check this out. I have this picture that I took. You can do that too. So me with a camera down. Me with down camera wide shot. I'll have to do that later. Okay, this one is going to be called for it. It's going to be called Down Camera Panasonic 2. Down Camera Panasonic. This is without me. This is just a alone. There we go. Make this one the fifth one, the down camera wide shot. Long. Okay, and this one will be me with down and close up from front. Oh, right. Okay, so I'll show you what this one is in a second. Me with down and close up. I'm going to call this over the shoulder, even though it's not. Okay, so if I update this, that's this one. I have a camera, another camera here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras at the moment. And this one is an old Galaxy Note 4 that I'm using via a program called IV-Cam. And it's in a small tripod so that when I'm drawing and stuff, I can do a shot from this direction. You see this pattern here? It's from an iron. Took plastic cutting board and I was flattening it because it was all warped. and I left it right in this spot just a little bit too long. Okay, let's see. That's that one. Let's see what this one is. This one's, oh, this is all 4 cameras. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should probably rename this. Rename this 4 cameras covering all. There we go. Let's copy that. Go here. It's shoulder, that would be here. Now you'll see here I renamed it in OBS, and it did it grab it here? Oh no, it didn't grab it yet. So I have to refresh this. That's not what I want. So if I just refresh that, I should be able to now grab that 4 cameras covering all. So it refreshed it because Touch Portal is reading what OBS is saying. Oh, I'm not showing you this anymore. Right. So this window is reading the file from OBS and checking out how it's all the settings. It's a two-way street, so to speak. So there we go. Let's go back to this one over there. So 4 cameras and Touch Portal. Panasonic is here. Right there. We'll send it to the back a little bit. Okay, right. Can you see my fingers? Yes. Okay. Fantastic. How's my online thing doing? Anybody watching? Hello. Throw a thing into the chat. Let me know. All right, let me just I wonder if this chat from Restream goes out to all of the things that I am sending it to. Hi, Michael. Oh, it said I sent it from Restream. So did that chat thing end up everywhere? That's the next question. It takes a minute for it to come through. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm broadcasting, by the way, I'm broadcasting to 2 YouTube channels and to my live Facebook feed. And the chat that I just put in that said, hello, everyone, went out to the 2 YouTube channels, but it did not go to the Facebook feed. So what I'm learning here, I'm setting up OBS, but I'm also learning about the multiple platform streaming and seeing how well it works. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so can I do Facebook? Facebook is read only. Interesting. There's a setting here. Here's the window that I see. Can you guys see it? Yeah, there we go. So I'm seeing all the stuff come in from the different places, and these top ones are for me through YouTube. I sent it to myself. And this one, yeah, you're on Facebook and you didn't get it. That's interesting. I don't know whether that's a setting I have to deal with or whether that's a limitation of this chat window. So that's something I'll have to check. But that's good to know. So if I see your comment, I just have to verbally deal with it and say hello, or I need to go into the Facebook page and do a reply. Yeah, Reed, it is like crack, isn't it? Now, to the other ones, I wonder if that's why. It's an external chat. If I go to the Restream chat, will I see chat? And it's just the chat app. So let's open it in the browser, see if that does any better. Nope, in the browser it's also still read only, so that doesn't work. Good to know. Okay. Very interesting. I did know that that people who chat from one to the other don't see each other's comments unless I have it in my feed over here, which in one of these things here, there it is. In this setting here, I have the feed shown over here. But look at that, it's not trending up. Oh, unless I need to refresh it. Let's hit that and then refresh. This chat is ready to display messages, so I just refreshed it. So it might need to wait until someone comments for it to update. So, Michael, would you throw another update and let's see if it shows up? Doug, are you still with us? Tobin? April? Is anyone watching on YouTube? Okay, so that shows up on my screen when I display it, but it doesn't show up. Did it show up in YouTube? Facebook. Let's see, Facebook. So in Facebook, you guys can see each other's comments because it's on Facebook. So for those of you familiar with a website called AppSumo, they currently have a lifetime deal for a multi-platform streaming service where you feed out to the streaming service and it aggregates it and sends it out to between 5 and 50 external services. Depends on how many stackable coupons you purchase. But their main limitation is that they don't have chat, which is too bad. I was trying it, and it really does seem to work well. And it's pretty cool that it's lifetime and dirt cheap when you compare it to all these streaming services like Restream and the others. AppSumo helps programmers get a jump on financing. So they offer good deals. And it's a really good deal for this streaming service. So I bought one seat of it, and I can hook up Restream to it so that I can exponentially do more. But I would need to put in a disclaimer or some sort of notice saying, hey, if you want to join the chat, go sign in directly on Facebook or YouTube. Yeah, so it's one of those things. So anyway, back to my task at hand. So I did that one. So I need to do one for here. 4 cameras, me with down cameras and browser, which is this one here. So that's going to be this button here. Oh, so instead of copying, this is how we set this up for a new button. Let's grab this and put it in my screen. Let's add a window capture. Okay, did that work? Touch button window. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay. So what I'm doing now is from a blank setting. There's no button created yet. So I type in the button. What's the button going to be called? It's going to be called Me with Down Camera and Browser. Okay, so I do that. Now I've added the text there, and now I need to tell it to, in the navigation palette over here, go to the page. So action, and there it is. So, oh, no, that's the wrong one. It's not down. It's, oh gosh. It's been a while since I did this. Oh, OBS here. Set scene, is that it? Go to scene. Yes, here we go. Me with down camera and browser. And then I have to delete this thing. Oops. Okay, we've got to do that again. Set scene. Down camera and browser. Save. And there, it's put it right there. But what it didn't do, as you can see, is it didn't copy over the button texture. So I can go to one of the other buttons. I can right click it and I can copy the style. And then I can go here and right click it and paste the style. And then it pastes the style. And now on my screen here, oh, my face moved. Here we go. On my screen here, you'll see this button here is not filled in, so I have to hit this refresh. There we go. Now there's back to the other setting, and that one. And this just makes things go much quicker in all my changing. So as I'm sitting here, I can use my left hand and change things while I'm doing with things with my right hand. And there's a lot of other things you can add to this, effects and stuff like that. So I'm going to finish. And this is that down screen, this one here, plus my screen capture plus me. Tips for can't hear you. Good to know. Ah, okay, good. Sound is back. Well, welcome to the feed tips for iOS. I'm assuming your channel is about tips for iOS. I'm glad the sound is working. That's interesting. Okay. Wonder if I can click on your pin message. Oh, interesting. Okay. I was looking to see if in chat if I could click on someone and look at their profile or look at their channel, and I cannot. But tips, you're the first person to be watching from YouTube, so I appreciate you jumping in. There are some other folks who are watching on Facebook, and I've discovered that Restream doesn't share the comments that the folks on Facebook share. So it's one of those things that it's too bad. But I do have it, just so you know, I have it in this one that you guys can see each other's comments from this feed window here, and you'll see that there's a comment from Facebook and so on. Oh, I think I remember someone saying that they do tips, but I can't, I don't see the icon of your face is so small that I don't recognize, I don't remember who you are from our Facebook group. But Touch Portal is a fantastic iOS program. I think it's also available for hi Ellen. I think it's also available for Android, and it's a great use of an old iPad. This one was passed down to my son a few years ago when I got a newer one, and then we got him something even newer this past year, so I stole this one back, and it works just fine for Touch Portal. It doesn't work for much else. Where was I? Let me go back to this screen, and now we're missing one. Down, Panasonic. I thought I just did that one. Oh, maybe I was working on that one. All right, well, I'll make a new one. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to, let's go back to that screen where you can see. So I right click it, and I copy the button, and I paste it here. And this one I'm going to change to, did it bring it back? It didn't bring it back, so I'll do it here. I wonder if I do this, let's see, if this will refresh, touch object. Oh, so it keeps renaming the box. Interesting. All right, so that's why that's not working the way I wanted to. I've also lost it. There it is. Can you see it now? Yes, you can. So you can see my mouse. Good to know. Okay, there we go. Down camera, Panasonic plus screen. Plus, well, I guess it'll be a window capture. Window capture. Save. So something that's cool about this is I'm not sure I set up my recording right, but I can probably download it from YouTube, is that I can take this video that I've just made and chop it up into a short tutorial on how to do this programming. Okay, so I did those. So now we'll practice and see if it works. So I have this all inputs. For OBS, I've saved this all inputs thing so that I can have all the primary inputs on the screen here. You can't see that though. So let's do this one. This one, I guess. That's so interesting. I can't change to it, otherwise you don't see it. Anyway, so there's all inputs here because I have several cameras and other inputs. And if you use a camera in OBS, let's say this one. Let's make this input bigger. Let's say this one. And then I open up something called filters. You set up the filters like the chroma key and the cropping pad here. And if you have all the sources on one screen or in one scene, and you set them up with all the built-in filters, and then you copy and you paste a reference, if you want to update the filter, it updates all of them because they're reference copies rather than duplicates. So that's why I have something here called all inputs. And then the filters here, this is the chroma key for that color green screen, because that's what I have behind me. If I turn it off, there's the green screen. And I have a crop, which gets rid of, because the green screen's not all that big, it doesn't need to be. So that's how that works. And that's why they're in the single all inputs, and that's where I set it up with those in the first place. And then I copied and pasted them into these other looks. Okay, all inputs. That one, that one, that one, that one. Those. Oh, this is alone, right? Without my face, with my face, with my face, without my face. Me with 2 cameras. Me with 4 cameras. Me with down and a screen. Oh, so this is the touch portal and the other screen, so you can see what I'm doing. Even though this isn't a touch portal tutorial. And there's that screen, and there's the other one I've been working with. Great. So the tutorials that I will be working on, what I'm going to end up doing is moving my keyboard out of the way because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to move this one over here. And then here, I will end up having my box of pencils and my sketchbook and my sketchbook. Right here. So there's the sketchbook. And what I can do is I can have a close-up to do my close-up work. I can have a wide shot to show what that's about. I can have something else to show sort of just for the different angles. And because the wide shot, which is this lower, it's funny, let's see, it's this camera right here. No, that's my face. This camera as opposed to this camera. I can get a little closer. So you can see what I'm doing from various different directions. And I can move this one a little bit. There we go. So that's how that's done. This one here is just with a screen. So I can bring in other images into this one. If I want to switch it to a browser, I could switch it to apparently a calculator I might have open. I don't know where the calculator is. So let's see. There's the Facebook feed. I guess that's the video feeding on the Facebook page. Yep, that's the Facebook page. And you'll see the delay. Check that out. So there's how long it is for the delay where it's feeding out to Restream, over to Facebook, and then back. Okay. So let's change that because that's totally confusing. Here's the Restream feed. Okay. 2 channels on YouTube and the one on Facebook. Let's see, where am I going with this? I'm going to go back to Touch Portal. I can also let me change this to here. In OBS, I can turn off things that I don't want to see anymore with these buttons here. Let's see, Touch Portal Program. Yep, there it goes. So that's gone. And I can save them as new screens. Drop that down view. Turn off the camera of me if I wanted to blow my nose. So that is setting up Touch Portal in order to be able to do my videos. And I think that was successful. Oh yeah, so there's a close-up of this. Oh, you see right there by my finger? That's a little green screen sloppiness. Come on, reconnect. Touch Portal's having a little bit of a lag. Make sure it's connected. Oh, what model is this? Well, let's see. Does it tell me? It literally might be the original one. It's running version iOS 9.35. And let's see, just for jollies. iPad MCE. This, according to the Apple community, it's a 3rd generation iPad with Wi-Fi released in March of 2012. And I don't think this is the oldest one I have. I might have the original, I'm not sure, but I have a couple of newer ones that that I use now. Of course, my kids have the even better ones. This is an incredibly old case. I don't use it anymore. Case. Big heavy duty case with this keyboard. I just use it because it holds it at a good angle. I will tell you that Touch Portal needs at least version 9 iOS to run. I think I opened up an even older phone and it wouldn't run it because I couldn't get it to work with to update any more recent iOS than version 4. So you do need something that is not quite the original one. So. All right. Well, I think this stream testing was relatively successful. I still have more testing to do, but I'm going to take a break, and I appreciate you guys jumping in and watching and helping me see what it's like coming back into this thing. Let's see, what does this do? Read only connected. Interesting. Can I get this in my window? Show up. Oh, I probably changed to a different browser. Let's go to this one. Here we go. Okay, so this is what the chat app looks like that I can drag around my screen. And it said, this is from Restream. So it has these two connected YouTube accounts. And then here it says read only for the Facebook account. Figured if anybody wants to know. All right. Hi. Hi. Come on in. That's why. How about now? Can you hear me now? Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. So, in the close-up feed, what I need to do is on my screen, I have here the CRRE20. I need to copy this, go into the FHD only, paste it, and there it goes. So now we should have sound because it was missing the source. Thank you for that. It makes perfect sense. I was actually had it on FHD only because I was testing the Restream feed in two different ways. And let me show you guys a picture. I was on with tech support with Restream, and let's see if this will let me add a window here. Let's change this window. Is this a window? No, that's display. I want a window. That's not what I want. Do this one here. Browser. Change the window to here. So this is something called Snagit, which is a terrific app for doing screen captures. Make it bigger. Oh, making it bigger here doesn't do any good. Make it bigger in OBS. Yep, there we go. So I don't know if you can see, but OBS offers two ways of streaming. One is through OBS Studio, which is, which I've discovered, is a built-in web app that will look at your camera and you can feed it stuff. It's sort of like Zoom, but it's web-based. And that's how, when we're watching webinars or other presentations, that's how all of a sudden a highlighted comment will pop into the window and we'll see what they said, somebody said, and then it'll go away. And that's very quick. That's part of Restream Studio. Restream Direct, which is what I'm using right now, doesn't have that ability. So I was trying to use OBS into Restream Studio. The top here in this image is direct, and the bottom is through the studio. It turned out that it didn't give that option, and in tech support they said it's in beta, so they actually let me test it in beta, which I'm not doing at the moment. But the catch is that, I don't know if you can see, but the image quality of the top one here through OBS Direct is ever so slightly better than the image quality through Restream Studio. At least that's what I believe. Now they asked me to clear my cache and do all this other kind of stuff, which I did, and restart. And I confess that the image did get better, but I still don't think it's quite as pristine as sending OBS directly to Restream rather than going through the Restream Studio. So that's a thing. That's a long-winded thing. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to log off for a little bit, and thank you guys for watching. And I will broadcast it again. I have a couple of YouTube channels that I will probably be more likely to announce that I'm broadcasting, although it'll show up on my Facebook feed when I broadcast it there. So I'll talk to you guys sometime soon. Take care.